Hello friends, welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if this is the first video of mine that you're catching, welcome. My name is Rachel and I'm a reseller on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. I buy mostly like mystery boxes of liquidation or overstock or customer returns, and I resell them on these platforms for a profit. And every time I get a new box, I come on this channel, I unbox it live, and I show you my real results 90 days later of whether I made a profit, whether I buy another one based on my results. So today we're doing a 90-day update on the men's activewear athleisure box I ordered from Helpsy source. And if you want to see how I did with this one, definitely stick around. So this was a little different than their regular men's activewear athleisure, which is normally like a 40-piece box, at least as what I've seen in the past, which really wasn't super appealing to me, if I'm being honest, just based on my own business model. But then they released this like variation, I guess, where it was 50 pieces of activewear athleisure men's, plus a guaranteed 25 pieces of your favorite activewear athleisure brand, which we know is Lululemon. I was persuaded by the price per piece, which for the 75 pieces came to $371 after my discounts and things like that, or $5.72 per piece. So I'm like, okay, well, my thought process was, even if the activewear athleisure like men's stuff is not necessarily profitable, most likely the Lululemon will help cover that. So I did decide to give it a try, and I'll link the original unboxing video down below if you want to watch that. I did rate the box once I opened it up. And now that it's been 90 days, a little bit over, and I want to show you actually what sold out of here and if I'd buy another one based on my results. So if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Anytime I do a new unboxing video, I come back 90 days later and I share my results. Hit that like button if you could. That definitely helps out the channel as well. And let me know if you ordered this box and how it did for you. I definitely am interested to know if anybody else had the same or similar results. Of course, with a secondhand box, especially a mixed brand box, it's sort of just luck of the draw. You know what brands are going to probably be in there, but the actual like items themselves are going to be different for everybody. So I'd love to hear your experience if you bought this box and what sort of assortment you got and how you did with it. So a couple stats on this box just before we get started. It was 50 pieces, 25 of which were Lululemon. Of the Lululemon, pretty much all of the Lululemon were tops, men's tops. And almost all of them, the overwhelming majority of them, did not have size tags or size dots. So it was a little bit of a puzzle to figure out, and quite frankly, a little disappointing because, in my opinion at least, when those size tags and dots are missing, it's not that they won't sell, but it kind of devalues them a little bit because you have to disclose that. And then sometimes you have to guess the sizing, and it makes it harder to sell sometimes. And with Lululemon, there is still a market for those items. People will go off of measurements, so it's not that I couldn't list them, but it definitely was significantly more work than if there would have been size dots or things like that. So, and of course, all tops, you know, bottoms usually are more substantial. Even the shorts and stuff, they tend to sell for a little higher. So being that it was all tops, the variety wasn't super great. So there was that. 25 pieces Lululemon, 50 were the other brands. Of the 75 pieces total, there were 31 items I did not list. So I either took them to buy, sell, trade, or I donated them. A lot of the regular activewear athleisure stuff was either damaged or just not worth listing, if I'm being honest. Of everything I listed and sold, 7 items were not Lululemon, and the rest of what I sold was all Lululemon. Right now, 27 are sold, and I have 7 items remaining that are still listed. Of what's left, 4 are Lululemon tops and 3 are not. So that's a lot of stats here, but what I'll do is I'll go through and show you what has sold. I'm probably going to I'll show you, because this is a lot of stuff, 27 sold items, and it's like all a bunch of like plain tops and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll show you what sold out of the regular athleisure bundle, and then I'll show you the highest selling Lululemon items. I'll show you what I have left, and then at the end I'll re-rate the box based on my actual results. I rate the quality of items, the ease of listing, and the overall profitability in 90 days. Okay, so what sold that was not Lululemon? Again, there were 50 pieces of non-Lululemon, so it was like Reebok, Adidas, Nike, Under Armour, that kind of thing. And 31 of 50 I didn't even list. So what did sell though? So first up, there was this golf polo. This was from Reebok. It was a size 4X. That was kind of promising because the size, it was a bigger size. So, you know, that had the advantage there. But this one did take just over 90 days, and it was a $12 Poshmark sale. So not the most exciting, but it did sell. Helped me recover a little bit of money out of the box. There were the black striped track pants from Adidas. These sold in about 6 weeks for $15 on Poshmark. These were really kind of retro. They reminded me of like Y2K Adidas pants. Like when I was in high school, this is what all the boys were wearing. So I wasn't sure if that was going to be like something in style right now, or I don't know. But you know, after 6 weeks, someone made me a $15 offer. They didn't have a ton of interest like otherwise. So I did just go ahead and accept that. Then there was this red and black basketball jersey from Adidas. This was a men's size small. This one sold in about 5 weeks on Poshmark for $17. There was the green performance golf polo. This one also was a 4X. So again, a pretty good size. This one sold within 2 weeks on eBay for $21.24. Probably somebody sent me an offer, or I sent a 15% offer to watchers. Actually, given the odd amount of the offer or the sale price, my guess is that I sent a 15% off offer that somebody accepted. But that one sold relatively quickly. It only took a couple of weeks. There was the black Omnitech rain shell. This was from Columbia. This was a $23.20 eBay sale. This one sold just recently in November. So I was glad to see that go. And then there was the highest item, which were the Rhone shorts. I think I'm saying that correctly. The brand Rhone, R-H-O-N-E. They were the commuter shorts. These were missing the size tag, so I had to just measure and hope somebody was okay with that. But I got $30 for these on Poshmark. They were listed just a little under a month. So I feel like when there's vital information missing, like the size tag, I'm not going to get top dollar. And these actually were probably worth more, but because there's no size tag, it's like you're asking people to take a gamble on something unknown. And so you, in my opinion, and at least the way that I operate, I will adjust my pricing expectations or sales price expectations based on that. So $30 for those, I think, was still pretty decent considering it was missing that information. So that's what sold. That was in the 50-piece athleisure part of the box. Not super great, but everything, I was able to list everything that was Lululemon except for two. There were two things I didn't list. One was damaged and one, well, they both were damaged, but one that was damaged became mine. It's just a t-shirt, but it fit me, so I wear it to sleep in. So there's that. But 23 of the 25, although most of them were missing the size information, they were listable for the Lululemon. So that definitely helped out this box quite a bit. I'll show you what has sold from the Lululemon. I'm not going to go through every single one because it was a lot of like super basic black t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve. It's not, I'll bore you to death if I sit here and go through all of them. But what I will do is go through some of the highest selling items so you can see the styles of the Lululemon men's stuff that was selling higher for me out of this box. So the average sale price on the Lululemon stuff was $21.83. The lowest one going for $15, the highest one going for $36. That being said, none of this stuff sold for super high. There was no like gems in the box per se. So I'll show you the top 5 of what sold of the Lululemon. So there was the fundamental t-shirt in gray. This one was a size extra large. This one only took a week to sell, and it sold for $25 on Poshmark. Again, most of this stuff did not have size tags, did not have size dots. Based on measurements, you know, people are having to make these offers or make these purchases. So I thought that was pretty fair, and especially because really, like I said, these are t-shirts. Then there was the Airing Easy short sleeve shirt in gray and white. This one I think did have the size tag, if I remember correctly. But it didn't sell super quick or anything. It sold on eBay after about 2.5 months for $25. I think somebody made me an offer on that one, which after it had been sitting for a little while, I just went ahead and accepted. There was the commission long sleeve button down shirt. This one was a size extra small. This one took a long time too. This one took like a little over the 3 months, but it sold on Poshmark for $25. Being, again, there was no size tag, and then it was a size extra small, I could not have expected more out of this one. There's just no way. Oh, these were the ones that were slightly newer looking. I remember now. The last 2, I don't think they sold to the same person, but they sold for the same price, 1 day apart. They were the Airing Easy short sleeve shirt. There was one in Vent Light Mesh. This one was a large. This one sold in 2 days on Poshmark for $36 by offer. So I had it listed for $40. My Posher VA sent a 10% off with the discounted shipping, which the buyer accepted. And then the very next day I sold the other one, the Airing Easy short sleeve shirt, blue and white. Same story, $36 by offer. So somebody accepted my offer with the discounted shipping. So if you see that style, or you see it here, the Airing Easy, that was the best ones out of the box. Everything else, again, it was just plain t-shirts that collectively carried the weight of the box as far as my cost, but didn't necessarily like bring home a ton of money. So there's that. I do have 7 items left out of this box. So of what I did list, I am glad that most of it is gone. It's not that this, you know, the alternative would have been list everything or list more and have it sitting here, or have it sell for $5 or $6. And that just ends up not being worth my time. So with a box like this, where there's a lot of used things or things that are not really worth my time, I'll cut my losses. I'll just like donate a lot of it and then just pull out pieces I think I can sell within 90 days. I think I did pretty good here considering there's only 7 pieces left. So let me show you what I do have left. And of course, if you see anything that you want, head over to my stores, make me an offer. At this point, I'm ready to just move this stuff. So here's what's left. There's the performance striped golf polo in a 3X. This is Reebok. There's this Air black logo tee from Nike. This was very hit or miss. This gave me like retro t-shirt vibes, and I don't have luck selling like vintage t-shirts, but if anything in this box was a vintage t-shirt, it was this. I'm like, let me give it a try, but it's not getting any interest. There's this black base layer top from Under Armour. Maybe as we get into the cooler weather and people start their winter sports, I might sell this, but Under Armour's kind of a dime a dozen, and it doesn't resell very well at all. So I don't have super high hopes here either. There's this navy blue zip-up jacket from Adidas. This has had a little bit of interest lately, just with the weather getting cooler, but still no takers. Then there's the fundamental tie-dye t-shirt in red orange. This one is Lululemon. This one may also become mine if it doesn't sell eventually. You know, it's harder for men's. I like selling men's stuff, but in the end of the day, there's a lot less additional ways to get it out of my inventory once I decide it's not selling. So like women's clothing, a lot of times I can take it to buy, sell, trade. I can send it to ThredUp. And men's clothing can go to buy, sell, trade, but they're definitely a lot pickier with men's stuff. And especially something like this that doesn't have the size dot, I wouldn't expect that I could get them to buy it, honestly. So with really the next options being just to donate it or throw it away, this would be probably a top that I would keep for myself. If it eventually came down to like, okay, this stuff is not selling, but I'm going to give it a little while longer and see if I can still make a few dollars on that one. There was the 5-year basic short sleeve tee. So this was like super old Lululemon, and sometimes super old Lululemon is a good thing, and sometimes it is absolutely not a good thing. This shirt has had absolutely no interest, so that's still here too. And then there's this just regular navy blue long sleeve t-shirt. I don't know. This, it's basic. This is very representative of what most of the box was, these basic items with no size information. So that's still here too. But everything else is gone, thank goodness. So let's re-rate the box. First of all, ease of listing. I don't remember what I gave it at first. Probably an oh no. It's getting an oh no again. This was a very tedious box to research. My VA is just amazing to have found so much style information on the Lululemon stuff, because all of the, style numbers and size indicators were missing. I don't know that I would have taken the time to do all of that myself if I didn't have a VA. If I'm being completely honest, this was not an easy box, especially not for the return on it. So definitely oh no from me on this one. Quality of items, this also getting an oh no. There were 31 items that if I remember correctly, a lot of them did have light flaws, which when you're talking Helpsy source, you do expect 15% flaw rate. However, the issue is when it's more than 15%, even if they're light flaws, when you have things that are not worth a lot, even a light flaw makes it not worth your time to list. If it's a pair of Under Armour pants with a snag on it, yes, that snag might be very small, but you still have to disclose it when you list it. And it probably wasn't even worth, $10 or $15 in good condition, in mint condition. So there's no point in listing that stuff. So quality of items, if it was just the 15%, I probably wouldn't care, but definitely some stuff in here that shouldn't have been, that exceeded the 15%, in my opinion, I guess, depending on how you define a flaw. But I'm going to go with oh no. The Lululemon stuff was okay. It saved the box. I only lost 2 out of 25, so that's good. But the actual athleisure stuff, not good quality at all. And then profitability in 90 days. So let's recap. I paid $371.76 for this box. And as of right now, I'm at $450. So what, I've made 80 bucks. Math is hard. 450 minus 371. So after all the fees and stuff, and after my cost of goods, I've made $79 on this box. So when it is a secondhand box, the most ideal is that I triple my money and I turn that 300 into 900 or 1,000. That was not going to happen here. More realistically, we want to double. Doubling my money on secondhand boxes is not the most ideal because they do take more work. But still, depending on how it goes, it's okay. But this one, I although I didn't lose money, it was not worth my time to make $79. Not even close. So, overall profitability in 90 days, definitely an oh no. I'm not going to call it a dumpster fire because I'm not in the negative. But this was 100% not worth my time, unfortunately. Now, and that's why I said I'm interested in hearing from you, because anytime we're talking a secondhand box, especially from Helpsy, they put a brand list out there. This box will contain some variety of these brands or similar, but aside from the actual brand on the tag, the actual assortment can vary from box to box so greatly. So I am interested to hear if you ordered this, if you had a better experience, if yours was more profitable. Definitely let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like these 90-day updates. I love sharing with you my actual results and if it worked for me, if it didn't work for me, if it would be a box I'd order again, if I'd add to my rotation of like tried and true profitable items. I love, love, love sharing that with you. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more videos like this. Hit the like button if you could on the way out. That certainly helps out the channel a lot as well. And that's it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.